I'm a huge fan of Mad Men, and I've probably read about 5 books that have come out to tie in with the show, and they were all awful. The biggest and most recent offender is the humongous Mad Men book by Taschen, which I don't even want to get started on that. You can go and read my scathing but 100% accurate review over on Amazon. And then there were other ones like Sterling's Gold, which one would assume it was going to be sort of like meant to be sort of like a facsimile of Roger's memoir that he publishes in the show. It looks identical to the copies they have in the show, but it's not that at all. There was just like a couple of his quotes and a couple of crappy images. And then there have been all sorts of other books to try and capitalize on Mad Men's success, and I really have not liked any of them, except this one, Mad Men, The Illustrated World by Dinah Moe. And what's interesting is the reasons that I like this book has nothing to do with the fact that I like Mad Men. The fact that the book's really great and it's Mad Men just makes it that much better. It's an extremely light, fun book, and at times it doesn't actually it kind of sometimes feels like a bit of an odd choice for to do a book on Mad Men about, but I really enjoyed it. So what it is it's kind of a illustrated guide to the world of Mad Men, but not strictly like a guide to the show or anything like that. It's more just about like mid-century culture and society, which is why I was sort of saying it doesn't even necessarily need to be a Mad Men book. This could have just been a book about a fun little guide to sort of mid-century culture with this style of illustration, and it would have worked pretty much just as well. But the aspects of mid-century culture that are focused on throughout the book, you can see they're very much heavily drawn from elements in the show. So the number one reason I like this book is because of the illustrations. They're absolutely, Dinah Moe has just the perfect sort of mid-century cartoon illustration style, which is why I would get this book even if it wasn't a Mad Men book. The illustrations are really great, absolutely fit the time period, if not necessarily the show, but it absolutely feels appropriate. It's great fun, and I think that's what the key word for this book is: fun. It's very light. The topics, it even talks about like the growth of pop psychology in America, but it's just a couple of light paragraphs, and then you'll find other things like music, dads, recipes, etiquette, talking about different places in New York, and tons of mixology. At the back it's got Joan paper dolls. And the actual tone of the book is also very sort of light and fun. It's not very serious at all, as sort of none of the drama of Mad Men. It's a lot of sort of tongue-in-cheek stuff, even when, there'll be times when it's, it definitely discusses sort of like factual, historical information, but then there are also times when, it is very, like I said, tongue-in-cheek. It really is the sort of book that you don't have to be a Mad Men fan to enjoy. But of course, if you are, you will appreciate a lot of the sort of references to the show. Oh, and even though it looks like a children's book, it's not. Not that there's anything like horrible in here, but it's just, it is definitely for older folks. It's a really nicely designed book. So while I am still waiting for a good book on the actual show, in the meantime, this one is still pretty good, very fun.